Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Well, hello my peeps, and welcome back to the channel for the second least desirable video I could ever desire to make, one all about tomatoes. Very much like the onion, potato, banana, and more videos before it, this one's gonna be all about tomatoes, and probably mostly about my disdain for them. If you are new to the channel, I cannot stand them in a sandwich, in a burger. In my opinion, they add nothing except slimy, wretched nastiness. And today's video is gonna try to turn my opinions around. I've waited till the peak of tomato season where I could pick them fresh off the vine from my backyard. Apparently that makes a difference. I asked you guys for recipe suggestions over on my Instagram to see if any of those can turn things around. This is truly one last Hail Mary. If I don't like tomatoes after today, I don't think I'll ever like them, but let's get right into this one. I'm not sure I've ever shown you guys that garden before, and I realize the irony in that I hate tomatoes and put so much work and sweat maintaining that thing all summer. And the only reason I'm able to have all this energy all the time is thanks in large part to my friends over at Helix Sleep. Helix makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs and are shipped directly to your door. They know that everybody's got a different body type and sleep preferences, so they developed their very own sleep quiz to match you up with something perfectly. From their award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections to the Helix Plus for big and tall sleepers and even the Helix Kids mattresses, it's pretty much guaranteed that there will be something for everybody here. It has been a number of years now since I myself took their sleep quiz, and because I'm a back sleeper and I like a medium to firm mattress, they matched me up with this guy, and needless to say, I have not looked back since. I love that if you sleep with a partner, you could take the quiz together to find something that's the perfect compromise for the both of you. And still, my favorite part is that anywhere in the US, you can get your mattress delivered right to your door for free. It came rolled up in a box. It could not have been easier to set up for myself. And if you're like me and you're nervous to buy something you haven't tried yet, Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial, so you've got over 3 months to make sure you love your mattress. They also offer a 10-year warranty, financing options, and a flexible payment plan, so a great night's sleep is never that far away. So if you are in the market for a new mattress, now could not be a better time to click the link in the top line of the description and use code HELIXPARTNER27 because their Labor Day sale is active and you can get 27% off of your mattress. Feel free to check out their site for more details, and as always, thanks so much to Helix for supporting the channel. I think we should start with a classic that you guys recommended a bunch, and I'm pretty certain that I'm gonna like. And then we could get more adventurous and branch out from there, but to start, let's make this quick and easy classic tomato soup. I grabbed olive oil, half and half, vegetable broth, and never-ending Parmesan cheese. Italian seasoning, lots of tomatoes, an orange and red bell pepper, tiny mozzarella balls and Parmesan rinds, salt and pepper, garlic, onions, and fresh basil. I've explained this all many times, but I will try to go through it again for the sake of this video. I don't hate all tomato products. I regularly eat them still. Ketchup and marinara comes to mind. I just despise those raw, unseasoned, slimy, warm, rancid tomatoes ruin a good burger, a good sandwich, even a crunch wrap. I don't want them in there. To me, they just add nothing, especially texturally. I hate the skin, I hate the seeds. Their flavor isn't even that good. I've just always hated them. Maybe I had some kind of bad experience with tomatoes as a kid and I just blocked it out. Either way, this is a video you guys have wanted to see, and I don't think I'll hate all these recipes, especially this first one. I just chopped up and roasted off the vegetables. I threw them down in a pot with all the other ingredients, from the stock and the basil, the half and half, some parm. I gave it a good blitz to hopefully blend up all those nasty seeds. And when you're ready to serve, you just fish out those Parmesan rinds and then plate it up with some of those mozzarella balls, and let's just give it a taste.
Okay, everybody, let's get this over with.
This is fine. I do eat tomato soup once in a while. This one's okay. It's extremely tomato forward. My biggest issue with it was this needs to be either strained or those tomatoes needed to be peeled. When you put it in your mouth, the whole thing kind of like dissipates, and then you're just left with the little rolls of skin. And they don't break down that easily, so it's a little unpleasant. Am I being a baby for complaining about these little flecks of tomato skin? Possibly. But I don't really care. They're annoying to eat, and are they helping to change my perspective? Absolutely not. Next up today, we're hitting up a place that we haven't in a while. It's the Middle Eastern, North African breakfast staple, shakshuka. I grabbed some olive oil and olives, tomatoes and harissa, salt and pepper, smoked paprika, some fresh garlic and onion, a couple of eggs, and cilantro. First of all, thank you to everybody who was inundating me with this on my Instagram. This is one I've heard of before, I've just never got around to doing it, so today is the day. And I simply went over on YouTube and found one with the most amount of views outside of the damn shorts. Those things are a cheat code. And I'm really happy to see that this thing couldn't be any simpler. It is some freshly chopped up tomatoes, onion and garlic. I screwed up, and you're supposed to start with your onions and garlic in the pan, then followed by your smoked paprika and tomatoes, a good amount of salt and pepper, a little squeeze of the harissa chili paste, and then once you drop in your eggs, that's pretty much it. The olives and cilantro are just a garnish for the end, and I've seen way more convoluted versions of this with peppers and carrots and ovens involved, so I can always respect keeping things simple and clean, and this is doing just that. Once I thought I had a little bit of runniness left in the egg yolk, I plated things up with a sprinkling of the olives and cilantro, and this thing was beautiful. I wish I got to it sooner, but it's better late than never. I was gonna say this smells amazing, and it does, but it's mostly just olives. For how much tomato is going on in this, I'm pleasantly surprised by how much I like it. It's just got a really nice balance of everything, from textures to flavors. That spice in the harissa is really good. I still don't love the tomato skin that you have to sit there kind of chomping down on, and it really doesn't want to break down. And I overcooked the egg yolk. I got the tiniest bit of runniness there, but I would have liked a little bit more. Other than that, it's pretty good. I could see myself making this again for breakfast. Maybe with a can of the peeled tomatoes, though. Third today, we're hitting up yet another region of the world to create another very popular tomato dish with a bit of an exciting twist. To make Jenny Martinez's salsa, I grabbed some sugar and chicken bouillon, garlic, tomatoes, a yellow onion, tomatillos, a red onion, some fresh serranos, a lime, green onions, and fresh cilantro. If there's one thing we could take out of this video, it's that I guess onions and garlic are best friends with tomato. They seem to be popping up very often today, and this recipe is no exception. In fact, it's got 5 alliums altogether. And to be completely honest, when I first came across this recipe, I was pretty skeptical. It seemed a little gimmicky with 3 different types of onion. I'm not quite sure how traditional it is either, with green onions and chicken bouillon and sugar. If you guys have ever seen this in a traditional classic salsa, let me know. But I do really like the idea of the procedure and construction of this. I think it could take things to another level, because I first charred up half of my tomatoes, the tomatillos, the yellow onion, and serranos. I gave that a quick pulse to keep things somewhat chunky, and then just combine that with the rest of the freshly chopped ingredients, and then just finish it off with some of the sugar, some fresh squeezed lime juice. I think this has the potential to be one of the best salsas I've ever eaten in my life. I paired it up with some tortilla chips, and we'll see if I'm right. You are a tomato aficionado.
Love tomato. That looks like some fresh salsa. Nothing like fresh Mexican salsa. I felt initially very mild. The heat creeps up in the back of your throat. Not too much though at all. It's light. It's fresh. I've had better. Now this is a specific recipe.
That's the show.
From who? Whose recipe?
It's a random TikToker.
What show? This show?
Yeah, I have a YouTube show.
Yeah, but whose recipe is that?
Some random girl on TikTok.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty, as the kids say, mid.
I think it's pretty good. I think that it's the perfect heat level.
It needs more vinegar.
That's why you don't like it. This guy doesn't like anything salsa related without being drowned in vinegar. But I think it's pretty good. It's got a really nice variation of texture. I think that's the winner. And I thought I was gonna complain that it was a bit soupy and watery, but it kinda, in my opinion, that lends itself well. I think it's a good mix.
A teaspoon of red wine vinegar? It gives it that bite, that little, it helps the salvation.
Good job, Jenny. I like it.
Good job, Jenny. No seasonings.
And lastly today, I think I'm feeling a dessert. Something sweet to finish us off. If you could believe that it exists, because I didn't at first, it is this sweet and spicy tomato jam. I grabbed some sugar and brown sugar, liquid pectin and ground cinnamon, lots of tomatoes, Aleppo pepper, a lemon, a jalapeno, and ground nutmeg and cloves. This one is immediately starting off in my better graces with some of the ingredients we're using, from the cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg, if you catch my drift. But truly, I have never heard of this up until a few days ago, so if you have, or if it's a staple in your house, let me know. I started by scoring and peeling my tomatoes for once, thank God. Chopping up those peeled tomatoes and plopping them down in a pot with some of the chopped up jalapeno, cooking that off for a good long while until things got broken down and thickened. And one by one, adding the rest of the ingredients, the lemon zest and peel, all of our ground spices, the 2 different sugars. I allowed it to simmer away for a couple minutes in between each addition. It's supposed to be a jam, after all. I don't want this running down the side of my white bread like a splatter. And I'm assuming this was optional, but just to ensure that things are gonna thicken up, I let them set in the fridge overnight, give them the best shots of working. I have a few philosophical questions regarding this one, such as, is this not just a sweetened, spicy ketchup? Also, if this is good, could I repurpose this one in a month and add in the 2 remaining pumpkin spice ingredients that we're missing? But for right now, let's see how our final tomato recipe fares. Oh my god. I did have a feeling that this one had the biggest range of like potential downside to ceiling, but this is freaking good. It's everything you want in a jam, with the sweet stickiness, with the addition of those warm spices, and most importantly, the heat. The spice level on this is so good. It works so well. I'm not sure you get a lot of tomato, which is probably the main reason I love it so much, but it smells like it. It smells really good. And you know it's in there with the pieces of flesh that haven't broken down, all those seeds, although there's no skin.
Wow, that's interesting. Is there cinnamon in there? Oh my god. The whole palate is active. I really like this.
I made you one, don't worry.
Good, I'm taking that home.
Tomatoes are already often used in breakfast, so it kind of works.
Exactly. I give it a 9 out of 10. I really like that. But who made it? Whose recipe is this?
I don't know.
Oh. He just steals the recipes, no ads, no mentions.
I give him credit. Oh my god, I can't leave this in.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision.